Pisces risings. It's the last stop. Pisces rising. How y'all doing, y'all? This is Astro Dim here doing the Pisces risings Astro Tarot reading for October 2018. Is y'all ready or not? Is y'all ready or not? I don't know why I'm spazzing. I think it's I had too much matcha. Maybe this is how you guys are feeling. Y'all are really excited about something. You're just like jumping for joy or whatever. But let's cut the cards and get started with the reading. Before I do that, though, actually, I'm using the Mandala Astrological Tarot deck. This is my first actual tarot deck that was given to me. I didn't use it, but it was given to me. It's by tarot tradition. What's supposed to happen is that a tarot reader is supposed to give a tarot deck to someone that they feel is a prospect. They're supposed to get an intuitive feeling or intuitive reading or whatever that says like, hey, give this tarot deck to somebody else, right? And so she, one of my best friend's moms did that to me. She's intuitive and a tarot card reader herself. Now, this was during a time where I was not thinking about tarot at all. I thought it was cool, but I'm like, no, I don't have that gift. I'm just an astrology reader. And this was like about like 5 years ago. I had the deck for a minute. I would look at it, but didn't really touch it because I was like, I was grateful for the gift, but I was like, I don't know how this will apply to me, right? Then I went ahead and got I had the tarot deck in my room, but then for some reason it was in the basement, and it was in the basement for years. And I thought it was in my room for all this time. And I'm like, oh my God, like I lost it. Did someone throw it away by accident? My mother ended up finding it in the basement. And so now I have it. And now, like 5 years later, I'm actually into tarot. So she actually knew way ahead of time that I would connect astrology and tarot from spirit, so that's dope, right? How that works. So anyways, let me go ahead and cut your cards and get ready. And I saw 222 just with the timing, so I wonder if that has something to do with y'all, if y'all doing some soulmate shit or something. Let's see. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Cap, Aquarius, oopsie, Pisces. Okay. Put this on top. This. This. Down the sea. I'm so mad. I flipped it over. The overall card for Pisces is this Rises the Sun card. This is dope. It's one of the best cards to have for overall energy or just in general. So that's dope, right? 4 cups for the first house. Ace of Swords for the second. 5 of Swords for the third. Someone else had a 5 of Swords, so maybe you're arguing with that other rising sign. You can't see. How can I fix this? Okay. 4 of Wands for the fourth. That's dope. Sword Prince for the fifth. So that is the Knight of Swords. Pentacle Prince for the sixth. That's the Knight of Pentacles. Two of Cups for the 7th. Hey, that's why I saw that 222. Three of Wands for the 8th. Hey, Panda. Um, Page of Cups for the 9th. That's interesting. Two of Wands for the 10th. Seven of Swords for the... I don't like that, y'all. And Three of Swords for the 12th. Okay. All right. So let's get started. All right. So the Sun card. This is dope. It means that you're just you feel joyful, you feel happy, you are experiencing just pure bliss right now, pure happiness. You feel like you can be your full, true, expressive self, and you're not giving a damn. You're feeling super creative. You want to create. You may be even thinking about having kids. You're like thinking about your future and how bright it will be, relishing in your talents. It's just a beautiful, happy, sunny, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy to have. So I am very happy for you, Pisces risings. You motherfucking deserve it. When I saw the 222s and how I'm seeing your 7th house, and maybe someone who is giving you this sun. Is someone your sunshine? Your only sunshine? Did it make you happy? The skies are gray. Let me know. Let me know. Okay? The first house represents personality, persona, and appearance. And you have the Four of Cups here, right? And so with the Four of Cups, right? Let me think about that real quick. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank right now with the Four of Cups. I'm just going to look at how they interpret it and go from there, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just drawing a blank. Maybe because I read too many cards today. I didn't even do that much reading, so that's a force. Oh yeah, I know the Four of Cups. Sorry, y'all. Four of Cups is the brat. Are you being a brat today, y'all? But they didn't call it the brat though. Let me see what they say. They say a deep, sensitive, vulnerable feeling nature which can be maneuvered in instability, clairvoyant, subjected to forced by idealisms. Yeah. So you, honestly, it's in the traditional Rider Waite. Rider Waite. There you go. Traditional Rider Waite. The Four of Cups is literally someone being sad because there's like one cup spilled, but you have all these other cups around you that are not spilled. So, you're kind of seeming like someone who's a little bit sad, a little bit emotionally unstable just because one thing didn't work out in your favor, when you don't realize you have all these opportunities around you, okay? You have to be careful because this is your first house. And so people are seeing you as this kind of like sensitive, vulnerable, kind of like baby. And so they're going to try to take advantage of that and try to push you down when you don't need to be pushed down. Because if you kind of get out of your emotions a little bit, look around and see that there's other opportunities around you in which you can improve your personality, improve your appearance, and you'll be straight. Or you can look what's around you and be like, okay, I'm going to use my persona, use my personality, use my appearance to make the best out of this, to get what I actually want out of life. You know what I mean? And so go ahead and fucking do it, dude. You know what I mean? Don't be so worried about that one spilled cup. You got these other 3 cups that are fine, honey. Fine. So don't worry, okay? That's what I definitely suggest to you guys. Neptune retrograde and Chiron is in y'all's first house, right? Chiron is showing where you need to heal. So you need to heal your ever-changing emotions and how it's connected to your intuition. And you have to heal also your ever-changing emotions and how it's connected to how people see you, your first impressions, right? So you may be just this beautiful, awesome, sweet person. You're in a weird mood that day. It's just the first time someone meets you and you're acting kind of stank and they're like, oh, well, I don't like that person. It's saying that don't ignore you know, how your emotions, because this really makes you really intuitive. You know what I mean? But also know how to regulate them. Be more of a king of cups, who's very mature, who is into their emotions, but know how to go about them at the mature level in a mature way. Try to be emulate that more. Okay, that would I suggest. And with Neptune being retrograde as well, that's your planet, and it's being retrograde. You're probably the most disillusioned out of everyone during the Neptune retrograde because it's your actual planet. Your intuition might be the most off. So it's also telling you too that yes, use your intuition. Yes, practice your intuition, but be careful because you may be picking up other people's energies and confusing it with yours. That's why you need to strengthen your intuition. You know what I mean? You might be using your intuition in the wrong way. This is teaching you that you need to look at it in a different way and go about using your intuition totally different, because currently you need to improve on it. You know? That's what that energy is basically saying. So this is what you need to heal. All right? Second house is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is great. You have a new attitude. You have a new way of thinking, new way of communicating, new way of being, and you're applying it. This is a new logical beginning. You had a eureka moment. It made logical sense, and now you're changing it. You're changing that idea, changing your life accordingly. This is specifically when it comes to second house endeavors, which is self-worth and material worth. Maybe you realize that, hey, my self-worth was shoddy. I need to change that. I need to fix that. I don't realize that I'm worthy enough. I'm more worthy than the current situation that I'm in. You know what I mean? I don't have the confidence that I should be having. So I need to change that so I can change the material work that's coming in my life. Maybe you're looking at your material work, looking at your finances, looking at your possessions, and saying, okay, you know what? I can invest this in a different way in which I can be more successful. I can get more out of life. I can enjoy life more. I can have more in my pockets, more in my banking account, more in my savings account. You know what I mean? And so you have this new thought, this awesome eureka moment, and you're applying it to your life, and you're having a new beginning off of it. And that is dope as hell. I'm very excited for you guys. That's really, really dope. Okay? Your second house is ruled by Aries, and nothing is currently in Aries right now. Okay? Third house, tricky, tricky. Who are y'all arguing with? This is literally the arguing and debating card, the Five of Wands, right? And it's in your third house, the house of communication, the house of thinking and thought process, the house of intellect and community, even the house of siblings. Are you arguing with your siblings if you have any? Someone else had the Five of Swords in their third house, and I don't remember who. But check in the beginning of the videos, like at the very, very beginning, to see what cards rolled up. And whoever rising sign has this too, this might be the person that you're actually arguing with, which is funny, right? But you having the Five of Swords in the third house, right? The house of communication is meaning that you feel like your thoughts and your feelings are not being heard. And you feel like you have to debate. You feel like you have to express yourself, overexert yourself for people to understand who you are. And the other person that you're trying to do this with is doing the same thing, right? Oh, I'm sorry, not Five of Wands, Five of Swords. Sorry. Thank you, Jessamy. That's what I mean. Five of Swords. Very, very sorry. Anyways, still same thing. I was thinking Five of Swords, but I said Five of Wands. This is the arguing card too. Five of Wands is a combative card as well, but it's you actually physically fighting. You know what I mean? This is more like debating, or you fight in your own mind. You know what I mean? Like debating within your own mind or debating with somebody else. You know what I mean? But for that to be in the third house though, that's kind of showing that you are arguing with someone. You feel like you have to express yourself and you have to overly express yourself. And it's really, really annoying. Hey, Adriana, how are you? Yeah, so that's kind of the energy that you're feeling at this moment, during this month and out. This might be you, like I said before, you in your own mind arguing with yourself. You know what I mean? And it's tricky because I understand I have a lot of air energy and I'm in my mind often too. You kind of, when you feel like you're stuck in one aspect or one element, which is like, for instance, air is connected with logic. If you're stuck in your own mind, stuck in logic, you have to apply the other elements to help you. Say, okay, so maybe I need to see things in a practical way since I can't think of what's the best logical way to handle this. Or maybe I should just follow my passions and go from within. That's the fire energy, right? Or maybe I should use my intuition, which is the water energy. You know what I mean? You have to look at the other elements if you're stuck on one, you know? Another thing too is that 5 represents change. So you're fighting change. You and this other person, that y'all are fighting change. Change is good sometimes. Just try to be able to express yourself in a respectful way. And if you do that, the person will eventually would do that. And if they don't, you have to just do things on your own, okay? Taurus is in your 3rd house, right? So that means Uranus is in here, and generally for general Pisces rising. So if Uranus is in your 3rd house, you feel like you have to fight your authenticity, your originality, what makes you different, right? It's interesting because Uranus is retrograde. And with Uranus being retrograde, it shows that you are actually keeping these things in when it comes to your quirkiness, your individuality, your authenticity, what makes you weird. You're keeping it in and reflecting on it and seeing how you can gain some self-worth through that so you can communicate to people better. That's what you're currently doing, but you're kind of like still communicating about it. You know what I mean? Your authenticity, you're showing your originality, you're showing your individuality, right? And people are not liking that you're doing that and are just being combative. And so you feel like you have to fight for your originality, your authenticity. You know what I mean? This could also mean too, the thing that you're arguing about is a random event that came out of nowhere, because that's what Uranus represents as well. Random shocking events that just kind of come out of nowhere. So that could be the thing that you're arguing about too. The funny thing about Uranus retrograde that I've personally noticed, I haven't seen anyone talk about this, but what I personally noticed with Uranus retrograde is that it represents something that's shocking to you, but what was written all along. I don't know if it was written through the universe, if someone else was planning this, but it comes shocking to you. But people have been planning that shit all along, okay? So keep that in mind, all right? That's something that I personally noticed with Uranus retrograde. Anywho, let's move on to the 4th house. The 4th house has a 4 in it. Hey. And it's the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is a bomb-ass card. It's literally you enjoying yourself, celebrating, having fun. And you probably are doing this with your family, which is beautiful. You're celebrating with your family. You're celebrating in your home, maybe celebrating with your roommates. Just the private people in your life, you're coming together with them and celebrating something and being excited about it. That is beautiful. I'm very happy and excited for you. This is a great, great card to have, and it's greatly slept on. So, yay. Good for you, right? You could be celebrating yourself, too, because you went through, or you had an emotional realization that you're like, wow, I can't believe this. I understand what's going on now. I'm going to celebrate. I'm so proud of myself. This could be happening to you, too. And with the wand energy is fire. Fire is connected to self-expression. It's connected to creativity. It's connected to talents. And so you probably feel like you can understand why you express yourself a certain way based off of how you felt about another thing. Kind of connecting self-expression and emotions together and realizing why, the why between those two things. You get what I'm saying? So that's dope too. Gemini is y'all's 4th house, is the 4th house for you guys, and nothing's in Gemini right now, okay? 5th house, Sword Prince, aka Knight of Swords, right? The Knight of Swords is quite interesting because it's not annoying like the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is such a dipshit. I cannot stand him. But the Prince of Swords is great because you're a little more mature, right? And you really have a greater understanding of your thoughts and how you feel about things. And you have such a great understanding for it that you're willing to fight for it, but fight for it in a smarter way. Not in the Page of Swords way where you're being just like a little asshole. I'm like, no, my way or the highway. It's more of a, you know what, I tried to kind of put things together, I tried to have us come together as one and work through this. If you're not willing to compromise, then I'm ready to slice you. You know what I mean? I'm open-minded to other thoughts, but again, I'll be ready to slice you if need be. That's the kind of feel that I get for Sword Prince or the Prince of Pentacles, not Prince of Pentacles, um, Knight of Swords, sorry. And so with it being in the fifth house, you're feeling this way when it comes to your self-expression, which makes a lot of sense when it comes to this fighting energy that you're feeling, right? It's like, you know, you're moving from being ready to like argue or being in kind of like an argumentative state to being more mature about it and be like, listen, I'm willing to compromise. I'm willing to be open-minded, but you need to listen to me and I'll listen to you and we can figure this out together. And we need to do this respectfully. So probably when it comes to you trying to express yourself, this is what it's connected to. You know what I mean? Yeah. This also could be too that you're willing to fight for your creative work, for your creativity, for what you do that makes you special. That the thing that's talented about you, you're willing to fight for that. You will take a mature approach, but you're willing to fight if need be. That shows that energy too. This Cancer's in y'all's fifth house. In fifth house, there's nothing in Cancer right now. No planetary influences, okay? Pentacle Prince is in y'all's sixth. And Pentacle Prince is the Knight of Pentacles, okay? And so this is probably a really, really cool card to have. This is basically you getting your shit in order, which is dope. You slowly but surely getting your everyday routine life together. You're doing the routines, you're creating your calendars, you're getting organized, right? You're looking through how you do things right now when it comes to your routine life, making the necessary changes and applying it. And you're doing it slowly. It's coming along slowly, but you're really just like kind of working things through because you're a Pisces rising, right? And so when it comes to, you know, the day-to-day stuff, like you'll do it. It's not like you won't do it, but it's kind of like a little difficult for you because Pisces is more about being free and like not being constricted too much. But you know that you need to make some changes and you're willing to make those changes. And that's really dope, okay? And so you're looking at your current routine life right now, seeing what I have to change about that, and you're making the changes. This is a court card. So there may be someone who is a masculine earth sign, who's younger, who's trying to help you with this. So that might be true. And even with this fifth house energy, there may be a masculine air sign who you're kind of may have to argue with. You know what I mean? But I feel like more with these energies that you're embodying this Prince energy, this Knight energy, okay? So that's real dope. Leo is in your sixth house and North Node is currently in your sixth house. So this is great because you're actually supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be kind of changing your everyday routine life. But since Leo's in here, you're doing this so you could be more self-expressive, more creative, more focused on your talents, and more focused or applying fun into your everyday life more. You know what I mean? You're a little too focused on your emotions and kind of like serious practical things. This is reminding you, like, yeah, don't forget about your self-expression. Don't forget about having fun. Don't forget about enjoying life. And so you're actually looking through your life to see where can I have more fun? How can I enjoy myself more? And stuff like that. So that's cool. Two of Cups for the seventh house. Hey, who y'all loving? Who are y'all loving? Okay. Two of Cups is great. For the seventh house to the house of relationships, that means that there is someone that you're relating to. Yup. There's someone that you're considering having a relationship with. That is exciting. This could be romantic. This could be platonic, but there is somebody who you are interested in knowing a little bit more, learning about a little bit more. Virgo is in your seventh house. There's nothing in Virgo, unfortunately, so I can't talk about the planetary influences here, but this is exciting. There's someone that you're interested in and you're willing to like learn a little bit more about. See how they could be in your life. So that's really dope. I'm excited for you guys. That's really nice. This could be the reason why you're all happy and sunny, right? Sorry for the background noise, y'all. You have the 3 of Wands for your 8th house. Okay. And with the 3 of Wands, right, this is you looking forward, right? Trying to plan out how you should go about life from now forward. And this is with intimacy. So I can see what's happening here, right? I'm so sorry, guys, for the background noise. But I can see what's happening here. There's this new person in your life, right? And that you really trust and that you really feeling, that you really like, hey, shh. Hey, Blair, can you be quiet, please? I'm recording. Sorry, y'all. So I can see that there's someone in your life that you are interested in. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. And they're making you happy, but now you're thinking forward, like, okay, how should I go about this? Should I be more intimate with them? Should I include them more into my life? How should I move forward with this situation, right? What I would suggest is you just wait until Venus is not retrograding no more, and then move forward, okay? Because Venus retrograde is showing you that you need to reflect on how you relate to people, your relationships in general, and your self-worth, and how that's all connected, okay? And how that's all connected to intimacy in general. So what you need to do is, yes, I understand you want to plan forward, be future-minded, think how you should go about this thing. Yes, you can do that. You can plan and see how it may work out, but don't take any action yet until Venus is not retrograde no more, okay? Libra is in your 8th house. Yep, Libra's in your 8th house. The sun is in your 8th house right now, but it's going to move over to your 9th when it's in Scorpio. So it shows that this is actually the main focus now. You're really focused on intimacy. And, you know, intimacy has mad layers. It has this romantic intimacy, emotional intimacy, financial intimacy. There's mad layers to intimacy. So it does not necessarily mean somebody that you're currently with, like on a romantic level. It could be something else as well, okay? The Page of Cups for your 9th house. This is interesting. The Page of Cups usually represents someone begging you, literally somebody begging you for their attention. Like, hey, look at me. Hey, I'm interested. Hello. Like, it's someone like that, right? To have it in your 9th house, I can see 2 different things. I can see this actually, 3 different things. I can see this being someone that's wanting your attention in a romantic way. Could be platonic, but they're like totally different from you. They come from a totally different perspective. They come from probably a different culture, different religion, different country, different whatever. And so you're kind of like trying to see like, okay, how should I go about this? Like, is this person, and like, should I be interested in this person? How should I go about this? So it could be that. It could be somebody also trying to say like, hey, look at me, right? Let me show you like something different, something foreign, something different from you, right? And then it's not romantic, but they're really trying to show you like a whole new world. They're trying to show you, okay, let me show you how this religion does this, how this philosophy explains this, how this belief explains this, what this culture believes, what this language is kind of focused on, how this country goes about things, right? And they're doing this more in a platonic way. Or this can be you and you doing that to somebody. You're saying like, hey, let me show you how to do this. I'm the teacher. Let me teach you how to handle this. Let me teach you how to handle your emotions and different philosophy, beliefs, and religions and how they go about it, how maybe that, you applying that into your life can help you. You know, so those are the 3 things that I see strongly with that placement, okay? Scorpio is in here. So it is funny because Jupiter is in your 9th house currently. And so Jupiter is all about the teacher energy. And it's all about you learning different philosophies, beliefs, religions, doing long distance travel, all that, right? It may be someone willing to travel long distance to see you, or vice versa. So it could even be that. But peep this though. What you're really supposed to do with this energy is really understand and philosophize what intimacy is, so you can see what intimacy is to you. You know what I mean? And the multiple layers of intimacy as well. Remember, not just romantic, there's different types of intimacy, all right? So you're supposed to, again, look at different beliefs, religions, how other people see intimacy, get all that information, and then apply it, see what resonates with you, and then apply it to your life and see how that will work for you, okay? And that's the thing too, is that you have Mercury right now in your eighth house. So you're really thinking about it, communicating about intimacy and how that's applied to your life. You have freaking Venus retrograde in your eighth house currently. And so this is what you desire to learn about. This is what you're desiring in general, just some financial intimacy or some romantic intimacy, some form of intimacy, and you really want to get at it. But because Venus is retrograde, it's telling you, no, you need to really know what you want when it comes to intimacy, what type of relationship you want in an intimate relation and situation. How does intimacy connect to your self-worth and your shared worth? You know, Venus is being retrograde because it wants you to really think about and really understand what you want. And they may put people in your life to make you have that self-realization and to help you learn more about relating with people in general and kind of moving from relationship to intimacy. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I got. And you're gonna really, with the sun moving on here too, you're gonna really be like in the whole intimate vibe. You know how people are in Scorpio season. People get weird in Scorpio season. Not weird, but like Scorpio energy is really, really strong. And so people really start identifying with Scorpio-like things during Scorpio season, i.e. Halloween, right? Shit, that's the most eighth house freaking, that's the most eighth house holiday you can think of. And it's in Scorpio season. It makes so much sense, right? Two of Wands. Two of Wands is you really wanting to make a decision on something. And you want to like, you're having a hard time kind of using your perseverance and being driven and motivated because you got one thing over here and another thing over here and you don't know which way to go. You don't know how to express yourself. You don't know how to apply your creativity because you got these two different things. You feel that they're equal and you don't know which one to choose, right? That's very much the two type of energy. And this is in your 10th house. And so this will, you feel like this will deeply affect your reputation, your status, and your career. So you're really worried, right? But again, I said this before and I'll say this again. You know, when it comes to that, someone gave me this wonderful quote. It's one of my clients. They said, they put it on Twitter. They didn't tell it to me. They put on Twitter that a decision is not hard to make until a decision is hard to make until you make it. You know what I mean? So you just have to make that decision and just go with it. It's okay. If it ends up being the wrong thing, like who knows? First of all, who knows if it's wrong? Because what if you chose the other thing and it would have went way worse? You know what I mean? For you in particular, because it worked for somebody else doesn't mean it will work for you. You know, so you have to definitely just don't freak yourself out. Just make the decision. And remember what I said before with this Five of Swords energy. With the same applies with the Two of Wands energy, right? If you like are having a hard time making a decision, or you're having a hard time applying something, right? Use the other elements to help you. So this is fire element. So you're having a hard time choosing between two things that you're passionate about, that you're driven about. So use your intuition, the water energy, to help you make that decision. Or use the logic, which is air energy, to help you make that decision. Or use practicality, which is earth energy, to help you make that decision. Don't focus so much on the passion of it all. Use the other elements that are involved in the zodiac to help you make that decision, okay? Just be careful too, because it is in your 10th house. Your 10th house is your reputation. And so right now you're looking like you can't make a decision, and you don't want to seem like that. All right. Interesting card here. You have a deceitful lion-ass friend. Straight up. Straight up, okay? Um, yeah. You have the Seven of Swords is literally lying, deceiving, stealing. You have a friend that's doing this, who's doing some sneak stuff that is really, really not cool. And this is actually a learning lesson for you because you have Saturn in your 11th house as well as Pluto. So this is actually supposed to teach you something. You're supposed to learn to take authority in your friendships, to not let anyone just lie to you, deceive you, steal from you, you know? And you feel right now, Saturn's in your 11th and you feel restricted. You feel like I can't just stand up for myself. I can't leave my friends. No. You have to take authority. That's what Saturn's really about. It's not that Saturn's not about restriction. It's about taking authority. You need to take authority, right? Stand up and be like, no, I'm not allowing this anymore. Tell me the truth, or I'm leaving. Or I'm not being your friend anymore, or just cut the person off. But regardless, what you feel like you need to do, you need to step up and stand up for yourself. And Pluto is also here too. And Pluto is about transformation and empowerment. And so with you taking authority, you're going to feel empowered enough to make that transformation happen in your life, in which you will have better people in your circle. You won't have these liars and deceivers and cheaters and heartbreakers in your life anymore. All right? And so clear your circle up. If someone's doing some sneak stuff, stand up to them. Tell them stop. Tell them, okay, you did this too much. I'm not going to be your friend no more. Or I can't trust you anymore. Speak, talk. Talk it out. Get the truth out of them. And if they won't tell the truth, just leave them. Because why have someone in your life lying to you? They're supposed to be your friends. This is the friend house, literally. This is the friend house. This could also show, too, the 11th house is the house of society. So this could also be showing, too, that you're finding some lies in the general society, in the general public, and you are not okay with it at all. So that would be really interesting to see. Lastly, you have the Three of Swords in your 12th house. And I'm drawing a blank for some reason with the Three of Swords, so let me just look that up real quick. I'm sorry. I don't know why I've been drawing blanks lately. I think it's because I'm overexerting myself a little bit with these readings. A focus on a creative interest of great originality leads to compromised relationships, unexpected material successes through context or legal action. Okay, cool. So with you guys, right, I see it as this. You are extremely motivated through your thoughts, right? And you are coming up with these creative, amazing ideas. You naturally do that because you have Aquarius in the 12th house. And so with Aquarius in the 12th house, you literally are channeling information from unseen entities like God, your angels, ancestors, and they help you come up with these creative ideas, right? And you're being motivated by them. If you are not feeling motivated, it's because it's the house of the unknown and you're not connecting with spirit enough. Okay? So with you having Mars in the 12th house, it could go one way or another. You can either not have any motivation because you're not connecting spiritually, you're not realizing your self-undoing, your self-sabotaging ways, you are not realizing that you're truly institutionalized, you need to break out of it. You're not connecting with God, spirit, your ancestors, and all that. And so you can't be motivated, right? Or you are extremely motivated by your thoughts. You have these ingenious ideas. You're brainstorming all these amazing ideas because you're channeling through God, your ancestors, and your guides, and all these wonderful, invisible entities that's here to help you. You know what I mean? And so you have the choice, whether being motivated or not. And if you want that motivation, you want that drive, what you need to, at this moment, while Mars is in Aquarius, what you need to do is connect with God and your ancestors and your guides. And if you're not a spiritual person, do some self-reflection and realize your self-undoing. Realize your self-sabotaging ways. Heal them. You get what I'm saying? That's what I got for y'all. But I feel like, I know you're feeling like there's a lot of craziness and decisions going on? How do I have the Sun card? It's saying that once you accomplish all of this month, you're going to be so motherfucking happy. It's not just going to be this person making you happy anymore. You know, you're just going to be so happy after you kind of touch on all these things. So touch on them as fast as you can so you can enjoy this month, okay? Please comment, like, subscribe, share, care, and all that good stuff. Please check out my podcast. I'm doing a podcast and wean series in which I'm looking at the conspiracy theory deaths that I've, like, my top 31 ones that people gave me earlier this year. And I'm researching them. I'm looking at the birth chart and the death chart and seeing if it truly is a conspiracy, if something really funky went on. And a lot of them, something funky looks like it did happen. Seems like it might be a conspiracy. There's a few that aren't. There's some that are really funky, y'all. Just saying. So check it out. Again, you can check it out on most podcast or music streaming platforms. My podcast is called My Bed and Astrology. If you're interested in a reading, you can go to etsy.com/shop/astrodim. I do these type of readings and I do astrological readings too. Okay. Lastly, if you just want to support the kid and get some exclusive content, go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/astrodim. Also with these readings, right? If you want a reading like this with no clarifying cards, oh, sorry. Someone just asked a question. Excuse me. What about other side? Love me or not? I'm not sure what you guys are asking. I'm sorry. I've totally missed the conversation. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. What you guys are talking about. I'm sorry. But like I was saying though, what was I saying? Shit. Oh, if you're interested in getting a reading like this without any clarifiers, then I actually posted it on my Etsy shop, and you can get this reading for $45. If you want clarifiers for each 12 cards and the overall reading card, overall energy, that's $75. Okay. All right, guys. Much love. Have a happy Halloween. Have a happy weekend, and have a happy month in general. Okay. Much love. Peace.